with Christianity and faith, everything I've read and learned, there's one thing to hear and understand, okay, this is what Jesus did, this is faith, this is what we should do, the rules. But at the end of the day, there's so much like care, love your neighbor. I think it's kind of intentional in the Bible to follow the Lord means go serve others and care and love other people, even if it doesn't benefit you. Yep. Well, welcome to Zaporizhzhia. In many ways, Zaporizhzhia has become like a home. And I mean, even just saying that, like, the idea of this place getting taken or occupied is definitely like heavier on my heart. And like, it's not the same level as, people that grew up here, but I feel that like stress or like that like burden on my heart of just like what this place has become is a home to me now. My name is Sam Carson. I live in Zaporizhzhia, Ukraine, for the past 2 years. My main focus is civilian evacuations, and then all the stuff that comes with that. I think calling's kind of a funny word we throw around in ministry sometimes. Because personally, I didn't have, a voice from heaven come down and say, Sam, you were called to do this thing, which would be cool. It'd be really cool, but I haven't had that. And so for me, it's been like a kind of a pressing on my heart, like back in the band days when we got to play here and then the full scale started, I felt that like pressing, like I want to do something. over time as I've been here, it's just kind of established like, oh yeah, God does have something for me here. And he does have opportunities and he's bringing the people around me. I think he's definitely just opened up my eyes to be like, oh yeah, this is a place where I even feel like uniquely set aside to be able to serve here. I get to connect with guys that I don't think very many traditional missionaries get the opportunity to connect with. Like, I feel really comfortable in a really loud metal show environment. And I've gotten to answer some really cool questions at those shows with guys that are like, oh, like, why are you here? Like, Christians don't go to this thing. But for me, it's like, so often it's like, oh, this is right where Jesus would be. At this point, it's really hard because I think I was really hopeful with some of the peace talks like earlier that like we might get to a point where the season changes from like the emergency like evac ministry and can go into a, you know, maybe more traditional like Christian ministry. But unfortunately, that's just hasn't been the case. So I think we're going to be pretty busy continuing to evac and continuing just to help in this community. We have to consider moving away from Zaporizhzhia at some point so we can help the city. We have a few kind of things we've lined out with our Jesus Mission team back in the States where it's like, hey, if some of these things start happening, we're going to look at moving. So as it becomes difficult for us to shooting and stuff, even we're watching the line. So it's like, okay, if the line gets up into some of these villages in the southern Zap region, it's a pretty good sign. We'll need to leave. Flashbang. Something up. So, yeah. When we've been out on evacs, we've had some tense times, some moments like probably the biggest like main story for me is when I did get hit by an FPV, kind of just realizing like we are targets when we're out driving around. Doesn't matter if it's humanitarian aid or whatever red plus sign you have in your car, like you're a target in some of those areas. I mean, we've had multiple times now where we're out on an evac and we start hearing shooting and something's flying around and they shoot it out of the sky and stuff. And it's not like it's crazy every time. Sometimes I'd say more often than not, evacs are actually pretty chill. It's kind of just glorified bus driver or moving company. But you do get those moments where it's like, you know, it's real. So where are we going? Southern Zap, so How far is it from the front?
So it's technically where they're pushing back.
Cool.
Kamishuvaka. That's not as hard as I thought. 13.87 from the gray, but that's in the place technically where they're doing the counteroffensive.
Cool.
So 13
should be Gucci. Well, and I don't know if we're meeting the police in Kushmishkushka and going further south, or...
Yeah.
Please translate. Приветствую вас. Одна заявка отпала, нас ждет бабушка. Если хотите, сегодня после эвакуации вы можете помочь нам с раздачей бесплатных обедов на правом берегу.
SMS.
Кава?
I got kava.
Kava? Kava? Kava?
Do you want to grab?
Cool. They're real worried about our caffeine levels here.
Yeah.
Everyone's here. It's under an hour. Evacuate. So you know, we went this way. If we'd gone right, like the first exit on that roundabout, that's like straight into the thick of it. Like
10 minutes.
10 minutes, you're right in the front. FPV. So if an FPV is coming, we go out our doors and we all run opposite directions because it can only hit one of us.
And it'll most likely target the vehicle, so get away from the vehicle. There's a video on Instagram of it's a evac crew just like ours loading babushkas into their car, and they get hit by an FPV. You see it fly in, and it's pretty obvious what they're doing. Any video feed or just static?
Static.
What frequency?
1590.
1500, okay. We have that in the transit area. I've been trying to pay attention to the frequencies to see if there's one I see a bunch that we don't have on the transit. Oh yeah, these are the trench lines.
Trench lines are like...
These are our next defense.
They're pretty rad.
It's pretty gnarly. Here's the drone netting that a lot of it got destroyed.
I don't think I've been this way before. We're going more south now. So now we're cutting in closer to the front.
Go off the road. Assuming these are the people we're getting. You might be putting up signs. I don't know if we're getting these people. Might as well hop out. Добрый день. Oh, we're putting this up.
Please.
So these are evac posters. People that need extra help, give them a number to call and just get connected with our crew to come help extract them. Yeah, probably a cab over here somewhere. Can't tell where the impact was. Yeah. That looks like a mechanic of the bay.
Вони тут сиділи на дивані, дивились телевізор, вихідний був, воскресенье. Дивились телевізор, так.
Shrapnel. That'll dig right into you. Just buried. So yesterday, 3 cabs hit here. All right, let's go. Load them up. There's definitely high potential of
So it was
FPVs
this
here.
lady's grandma and sister,
Okay.
or mother and sister, were in there.
Jeez.
They were in it when it got hit.
So did they make it out or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have no idea how, but yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's crazy what the human body can survive.
Yeah. Nate's favorite playground. Why we need 4-wheel drive cars. If you hear like whistling, drop to the deck and cover your ears and open your mouth. You probably won't have time to get anywhere closer than the ground. Oh, with Nate? We've been chill roommate. He's a little ADD, but look at this one.
Found this piece.
Look at this one. Wait, Nate, look. You know, most of my friends in high school were, so normal. So when he came out, we both kind of like connected pretty good, and then realized all of the people I was working with were leaving. He was looking for a team, so we just kind of were like, hey, let's just do this thing together. And he came out and started working with the medical training a lot, and so he's really passionate about that. And I've just kind of kept running the evacs as much as possible, so keep pretty busy. All right, here's our lady.
Закрийте, будь ласка, сумку. У вас нема таблетки, ні?
Зачекайте, зачекайте. Я зараз для вас місце зроблю. Ага, проходьте.
Ото мені поставили, як море. Зарядила когось.
Go, камишувах.
All right.
Вибачте, я тут не мені всі.
You know, it's really hard to comprehend, like, moving from this sort of place, because as Americans, it's pretty normal for us to just move. But a lot of these places are generational homes. They aren't like, you know, they aren't a new place. It's something that your family's had for generations. So having to leave it can be, I don't know, something I don't think we really can capture as like American mindset. Eyes out. Definite FPV area here. This is down a little bit further that way is where I think they got hit. Vlad did.
Ти з якого года? В якому ти году родилась? По паспорту. Пишеш, ну, вона в деменції нема.
А ходите ви, да, бабусь?
По хаті.
Is there more stuff? Finish? Got it. Something coming in.
Ну, смотрите, дрон.
FPV somewhere. Someone shooting at it. Oh, there it was. Where?
That black smoke.
Is that the chimney?
No, no, no.
Oh, up there. Yeah, up there. Yep. There it was. Roll face.
Sneak bunch of outlets, yeah.
That's the one they got.
Vabib. The book Vabib.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Roll out.
Jammer.
Eyes and ears.
Oh, we got lines.
Yep. That's been doing that a bit. We're turning.
So, a little bit of translation when we started hearing the pops and everybody came out and got in their attack ready position.
Yep.
Pastor Vlad said, "Brothers, pray," and then that boom happened shortly after.
All right, let's see if we can get out of here, guys.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was a good one. A little bit noisy, not too bad.
That was the second time one's been shot out of the sky.
Yeah, while we were evac. We evac'd 2 babushkas out of the southern Zap front. We had one drone that somewhat near us. Looks like I think a soldier, someone shot it down. So a little bit of action, but not too bad. We made it out. Now back to Zaporizhzhia, to the shelter where they help process the people we picked up. Because sometimes they'll take them out further west, or they'll stay at that shelter, or they just kind of like it's a processing center, I believe is the one we're going to today. All in a good day's work.
У мене десь 2 сутки лежали. Я не знаю,
Сумка назад. Я буду там.
The whole thing for me coming out here was the idea of the team. I wanted to be in a team so bad again after the band. And that was something I realized I really lacked when I was back home. Pretty quickly, the team just started shifting, and it seemed like this person left, that person left, and I just knew I wanted to be here long term and to figure out what that takes. I think I was just asking the Lord, why did you send me here if they're just gonna leave? Like, I don't want to go through this again. Because that was what I experienced in the band world. I think for me, it was just a very confusing time where I had to really like search and definitely fell short. But it was also a time that I think was necessary for me to just kind of step back and learn more about myself. So it was like a repeat in history, but I think for me, one of the things when I was praying and just like thinking through it was like, what is God's calling versus what's my desires? And yeah, my desire was to be with this cool team that was like a band serving in Ukraine. But over time, God kind of opened my eyes to be like, no, you want to be part of the community. Like, I'm going to bring people around you here locally, as well as the other, Americans I've met here and have come along to serve with. So.
Sam is my homie.
We've been one of the best friends with Sam, man. It's really cool to communicate with that guy.
He's helpful, he's cheerful. All the time we see Sammy, he's trying to be kind for us, and we really appreciate his job.
Yeah, I feel loved and accepted here in this community. I feel like I'm part of it. There's kind of a whiplash, I think, between like the reality of like, yeah, we have shaheeds buzzing around and we're under attack, but also like the deep need for human connection and like the deep need to be seen and be part of a community. And I think oftentimes that need to be in a community overrides fear. And it honestly helps, like for myself, if I wasn't going out and being part of friends, I'd be here just listening, waiting, when's the shaheed gonna hit, And so I think it's super necessary to be just in the community and to have people around you. My goal in my heart is to love these guys where they're at. The last thing I wanna do is come in and like be trying to manipulate them or like have some sort of ulterior motive of like, I'm only doing this because I want you to meet Jesus. It's like, no, I'm doing this because I love you, man. And like, that's where I want them to feel. And I think I've been able to do that where there's not like a pull out the rug at some point and be like, I got you. It's like much more like I love these people and like want to see them succeed and want to see them get to know the Lord. That's the cool part of the ministry we're doing here is, yeah, I'm going out evacuating people or bringing aid somewhere. It's a huge part of this ministry, but at the same time, a humanitarian org does that too. Like, it's not unique. That doesn't make it Christian. When I started getting into the community more, I felt like that was even where God kind of opened my eyes to be like, oh, this is where I can not just be a humanitarian aid worker, but I can also get opportunities to share about Jesus and get opportunities to be that friend. I mean, they're walking through stuff that I don't think any of us Americans can ever imagine.
People on the front line, they're struggling. A lot of people, a lot of families, especially with kids, they cannot just evacuate and leave their houses by themselves.
Я чув ці крики людей, котрі знаходились в тому будинку.
I mean, we're literally having conversations about the fact that we might have to evacuate the city where all of my friends and all like the places we know we can go and hang out and we might all be dispersed.
It's horror. It just...
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's how we live in Zaporizhzhia all the fucking time.
No, stressful as hell, for real. But we're trying to get through this.
Чистий жах, чисте жахіття, якщо казати українською.
There's real life happening here, so.
My name is Ksenia.
My name is Mike and Misha. Yo.
Мене звуть Артур, я живу тут, в Запоріжжі.
The thing Sammy does It's incredibly important to save lives because he actually saving lives. And that's the most important part being in Ukraine.
Zaporizhzhia is crazy.
Я живу в Україні більше 2 роки. Зараз я живу в Запорожжя. Там я зробив перший допомагати тренувати поліція, біля цивільяну, військові і поліція.
My name is Sammy.
Як вас звати? Сам?
I've been living in Ukraine for 2 years, so I'll look forward to jumping in and helping practice my own skills and improve all of our medical skills together.
So I've taken a lot of first aid classes and taught a bunch of different first aid classes in this country. Some classes, the focus is on the academic side, and the sit-down classes where they teach you all the details. But when I talk to people who have actually had to render first aid here, and when I've had to, all the science goes out the window. Oftentimes, if you've been in this experience before, when you're stressed, your brain starts to forget things, and fear takes over. So my goal for this class is to go over the most basic injuries and problems that you'll encounter here in Ukraine. And then we're going to teach you how to use the most basic medical tools that are easily accessible to all of us. So everybody put the tourniquet over your left arm.
The medical training for civilians, oftentimes, like, they're signing up and it's like a request. Like, they want to do it. Unfortunately, they've been close to something. Like, they've had something go off that made them go, man, I wish I knew how to help in this situation.
All right, now, once it's tight, have the tail go through the C-clamp and put the tight tab over.
And then for us, it's keeping things basic and not overcomplicating it and trying to get people to act in the moment and just do something.
When you're done, stand up.
It's hard to know where it's going to be, so you just put it up high and it'll stop your artery from moving anymore.
So there are 2 different kinds of gauze. There's normal gauze and hemostatic gauze. So what hemostatic gauze has is chemicals in it that helps your blood clot and stop faster. So there's lots of different methods people will use, wrapping it around their fingers or stuffing it in there. Do whatever feels natural to you. You want to take the extra gauze and you want to put it in a pile on top. You want to create as much pressure as possible on the wound.
You know, people kind of get silly, or they don't want to get blood on them, or like the fake blood stuff.
Bombs are designed to come apart into these little pieces to cut you up. So I'll wrap around it, and I want to try and stabilize it to keep it from moving around.
But reality is, like, the situation happens, like, might get blood on you, and like, it might be dark, it might be noisy, it might be chaotic. Like, so our goal with a lot of the training is just trying to put them in a scenario where if something does happen in real life,
You have 2 arteries that go on either side of your neck.
they can, like, okay, I've been through this. Like, I can act. So just giving people the tools and almost like confidence.
No,
No, it's good. It's good.
is good.
I just want to make sure to keep this white.
Щоб типу...
So we're gonna make the room dark. We're gonna throw on some strobe light, maybe a red light, and we're gonna just play some really loud music and try to just increase their anxiety levels. The idea is when you're actually rescuing someone here, buildings get hit. Oftentimes it's dark, it's chaotic. There's people yelling, screaming. It's not a sterile, easy environment to render aid in. You kind of realize how your brain works under stress is the goal, is to make it a little bit scary, a little bit intimidating, a little bit more, because that's how it actually is in real life. Can't give it away yet.
You know, the stuff we can do is it's often just trying to address the immediate thing that is like the quickest thing that's going to kill a person. That's bleeding out from an artery. You know, if you're missing a foot or part of your arm's gone, getting a tourniquet on that, or, you know, putting pressure on a wound, sealing a chest wound.
is off. My foot's off. My leg's bleeding.
That is have to wait. It's bleeding.
Okay, to the people responding, when you come across somebody, you need to check over their full body for their wounds. There's a principle of priorities of how you would help people and who you help.
Okay. Є принцип пріоритетів, про те, кому допомагати, що першим робити.
Sam, are you ready? Okay. Do you have a song? Yeah. Crazy? Oh, yeah.
Do we start full intensity or do we ramp up? I think this is the song.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's go! We're the casualties! We're the casualties for foot! Let's go! He's bleeding!
Твоя рана на плечі.
Ця музика трохи напрягає. Тобі не здається?
Alright, you're gonna go legs first. Alright, you're good, you're alive. But we gotta go get more people, so we're gonna take the litter.
You can't save everybody, and like that's the hard truth of like medical stuff. Sometimes the injury is just too much for what you can deal with. So our goal is, you know, if there is someone you can't help, giving the tools to prolong their life long enough to get them, you know, to a hospital where they can receive like the full help they need.
Cool. Go ahead, take everything off. Let's go, Sam.
How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, of course. Very excited, pumped, but stressed because of the light, because of the pressure going on with the music and everything. But I think it's very useful and very needed knowledge. And the stress factor is also very well thought because that's how it happens in reality.
So the team that was responding that time, how did that feel?
Відчувалося страхово.
Why was that one scary?
Ну, тому що відчуваєш відповідальність, що якщо ти щось зробиш не так, ти розумієш, що тобі треба привести себе в спокій, щоб зрозуміти, що правильно робити, щоб не допустити помилку, тому що від цього залежить життя іншої людини.
What I've found is anytime I've had to render aid to somebody, whether it was my little brother or someone, there's no one there to help you or give directions, and you can't just pull out your phone and Google something while there's blood shooting out of their hand. But the most important thing and what I really try and focus on in this class is that you do something. And that fear, you don't let fear paralyze you.
я, як матері слова, летіли, летіли в ніч до козака, бачиш, сину мій, свічка не згаса, до віку буде вже горіти, горітиме вона, молодий юнак, молодий козак. Там біля тополі калина росте, мамині очі чекають тебе, сина у розпачі плаче, сина все чекає, та Бога вже його душа ма. Я бою за волю пішов далечі, за правду і долю нових поколінь, за тих, хто у морі далеко, і крилами лелеки повернуться живі. Рік вже промайнув, прийшла нова весна, а спокою в душі не було, та й ще нема, та батько змучений, сам торгує шлях, по ньому мав іти, син його, він героєм став, молодий юнак, молодий козак. Там біля тополі калина росте, мамині очі чекають тебе, сива у розпачі плаче, сина все чекає, та Бога вже його душа мав. Я в бою за волю пішов далечі, за правду і долю нових поколінь, за тих, хто у морі далеко, і крилами лелеки повернуться живі. Та біля тополі калина росте, мамині очі чекають тебе, сива у розпачі плаче, сина все чекає, та Бога вже його душа мав. Я бою за волю пішов далечі, за правду і долю нових поколінь, за тих, хто у морі далеко, і крилами лелеки повернуться живі.
So we're here at the apartment in Zaporizhzhia. You can hear the beautiful roaring of generators as we don't have very much power. We get, on a good day, like 8 to 10 hours of power, sometimes much less, throughout a 24-hour period. So this has become, it lulls me to sleep at night. Been very used to this sound, so. A few months back, we were out on an evacuation, and it was Nate and I, and we come in, and it was this family, and they all kind of lived in this house, and their backyard had just this big crater in it from where he'd hit the day before. And we're helping them load up their stuff, move their things into our van, and looking around at just the immediate aftermath of what those can do to a small home, and the broken windows and just the off axis of the roof. And there's a little girl that was living there, and I remember she was pretty happy and smiley, and we knew the next week we were gonna go pick up her and her mom and the rest of the people. And so we leave, and on that day I had it was an evac I had to come out on my own. So I show up to their place and everything's pretty normal. Sometimes we're kind of the glorified moving company of the Zaporizhzhia front. And so just carrying fridges and washing machines and getting all of their things out. And the whole time the little girl is just smiley, kind of running around, helping carry what she can. And then at one point she just starts screaming. And I'm in the van, I hear her screaming, and I look around and she's got her ears plugged and her face is red and there's just tears streaming down. And I'm trying to figure out like what's causing this, because she was so happy just a second ago. And then we heard it. It was the buzzing sound of the Shaheed flying over us, and the air defense shooting at it. And it hit me in that moment. That sound to any other child, any other kids I know, wouldn't even register. They wouldn't give it a second thought. They might think maybe it's a motorcycle or an airplane or whatever. But for this girl, that sound, she heard that before her life changed forever. Their backyard got blown up, their windows got blown out, and she was now having to leave her home that she will most likely never get to return to. And so she hears this sound and it was a complete breakdown. And we're still in the midst of moving, carrying stuff. I'm trying to get everything loaded, and thankfully we get the stuff in and we're able to get them in the car and get driving out there. And as we leave, she's calming down and composing herself as a very young child. And thankfully we got to get her out to the west to hopefully a quieter area. Unfortunately, the Shaheeds can go all over the place, and all of Ukraine is under attack by these daily. That one stuck with me a lot because no human should have to go through that, especially a child.
Okay? Okay.
Even on the slow, frustrating days where nothing makes sense, it's all worth it. We get the opportunity to take these people to somewhere safer and hopefully give them a future and a better life. So this is why I do what I do.